nice Sunday morning.
Hey, I'm about to keep the faith too.
So remember, you got to still be.
Hey, I'm about to keep.
gotta run
That's
it.
what I said. I gotta keep singing too. I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit at all.
Yeah, you was talking about the Falcons is going Falcon. The Falcons is going Falcon. I told you leaving folks. Yeah, I told you leaving folks alone.
Watch what I said about the Commodores.
He's sick.
Lay low, mate, on the beat.
Cowboys drawing a cut. 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 Here we go, man. Cowboys drawing a cut, man. So, wow. Apathy has set in. So, I'm just kind of perplexed here a little bit, crew, and just wondering how you can lead the game and have more rushing, 137 to 100, more passing, 241 to 210, which equal your total yards. You have more of 378 to 310, more first downs. You have more plays, but you still find a way to lose the game. Will this lack of interest that the fans are starting to have with the Cowboys crew cause us to cut the TV off during the games? Are we done watching?
No, I got to see it through.
No, I'm watching. You got to see it through, my boy.
I'm watching.
You got to see it through.
Shit straight off.
You cutting it off? You cutting it off?
Yeah, I'll watch it, but if I'm not giving them more energy than they giving themselves, than they giving me, I'm not ready to sit here and go all in for some guys who's not all in. Shit, I'm on IR too. Shit, nah, I'll be back in 4 weeks, man. Yeah.
He said he's on IR.
Football, man. No, football's football, man. It still give you something. It's still your team. It give you something to watch. Even if you ain't watching, it can be background music. You know what I mean? And background noise, shall I say. In that case, you just sit back and you can just, clean up if you got to clean up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put your snacks up, man. Get ready for whatever you got to do after the game. Especially at a 1 o'clock game. You got shit to do at 4 or 5 o'clock because you didn't waste 4 hours watching this bad football. So you get up, you turn it on, do whatever you got to do, get your clothes on, up and ready. Make your little drink and skedaddle once the game's over, man. It's football. We've been known that we was gonna look like it, so.
Yeah, we've been
man.
knowing that. All right,
football,
all right. You can just take your phone with you and track them that way. What you gonna do, Steve-O? You gonna still be sitting in spending your time setting your schedule around what the Cowboys got going on?
Ain't nothing changing.
Yeah, Steve's still in it. Yeah, Steve's still in it.
I'm a pain freak. I gotta see it through, man. I gotta study, man. I gotta look and see what's going on.
Yeah.
The attitude, who needs to go, who can stay.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm looking for, man. And I'm breaking that shit down.
Seeing who's getting better.
Yeah, I don't like pain. I'm gonna ask Steve what happened.
And all that.
Yeah, I'm the same way because
I don't like pain. That hurts.
the emotions out of it now.
Yeah.
Emotions ain't out. Mine ain't out. Mine's
Right.
Yeah, I be going through it.
That shit still
You
hurt.
still be going?
Yeah. I can sit here now and say, man, I knew we was weak before the season started, but that's different than sitting there watching them get their head beat in. That's different. It's different.
But what if they out there fighting?
I can watch it.
Yeah,
I can watch it. I watched all this Atlanta game. They fought. They brought Cooper in. They fought. I can watch it. But them getting your head beat in, I can't watch it, man.
I need that Spike Lee shot that he put in all his movies, and he put in Malcolm X and Jungle Fever. All of them where you sitting still.
Where they walking, but they moving.
Yeah, that's Rick, man. I need Spike. I need that scene. That's what Rick going through, man. His emotions still alive. He's sitting there.
I still watch it.
Yeah, but you're still gonna watch. But at this point, you shouldn't feel. The feeling should be gone, man. You know
right.
who we are, bro. We just watch it because it's football and it's our team, man. That
it still hurt.
Nah, it shouldn't hurt no more,
It
bro.
still hurt. Yeah,
it hurt.
Why does it hurt?
I mean, certain.
I'm a competitor back personally.
Yeah.
But it don't
like
hurt
to lose.
like when when you say you got a chance, you feel like you got a chance for the playoffs, and you go in and lose a dad's called it type of hurt. It don't hurt like
it ain't that hurt. That's a different painful hurt. This is a sad hurt. This is a
Pitiful.
yeah. It's pitiful.
If you'd accepted the fate weeks ago like I did,
I knew it was week before the season started. That's still on me.
but I had to see the proof, and once I got the proof, I know it was.
But you had 13-4 though.
Man. It is what it is.
You had 13-4 when the season started.
I had 18.
When I said 13-4, you can go look at the film. I said, man, you got to change that.
You
2-11-6.
2-11-6.
Change the film. We are weak.
You said 2-11-6.
Yeah.
11-6. You don't see that coming.
Nah.
Yeah, so you ain't think we was this weak.
Go back and say when I said 12-4, 11-6. I said we gonna be weaker than that. Go back and watch. Check it out.
Yeah.
Go back.
From 13-4, you did
Go back and check it out and
2-11-6.
say after I said 12-4, 11-6, we're gonna be weaker than that. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah. Check it out. That's on film. That's on wax.
I didn't
I put it out there.
To be this bad, man, but it is, and I've accepted it. I love the embarrassment that Jerry's getting. I don't feel. I no longer feel embarrassed I'm not embarrassed as a fan anymore.
Yeah.
Because when you're just bad, you're just bad. In the words of a famous philosopher, once said, "We fucking suck." You know what I mean? This is coming from your number one quarterback, the man you just made, a quarter Billy. You just paid him from. He's sitting on the sideline and he looks and tell you we fucking suck.
Is that good leadership or poor leadership?
It's poor leadership, man. That's poor leadership because cover your mouth, bro. You know what I mean? Like you still are representing a brand here and represent these fans. We as fans know that, but to hear it from the one that you just got paid $250 million to say that with a straight face, knowing the cameras is in your face.
So what's worse, him saying that or Jerry saying we all right?
Both of them are bad.
Yeah.
But that shows you the disconnect there. That's the disconnect.
I guess he jumped off this own train now.
Yeah. He was just hollering about jumping off.
I guess he jumped off his own train now.
Yeah.
Man, him saying we fucking suck don't bother me though. Because we fucking suck.
But I've never.
That's a true statement. But coming from the leader of the team, that doesn't bother you.
I mean, don't sit. Then admit what we are. Go to the drawing board and fix it. We 3-5. We fucking suck.
Right, but he said it with a
Bill
smirk
Parcells
on
said
his
you
face.
are what your records say you are. We 3-5. We fucking suck.
He robbed
Nigga,
us.
the Panthers is 2 and something. We one game away from the Panthers, bro.
You know when you hit a good lick, bro, you see somebody's head crack wide open, dog. Once you make that transaction, that's the way Dak is right now, dog. He know he smacked us. And to sit there with a smirk on your face, and say we fucking suck.
Yeah.
Like there was no anger. Usually you should be upset that we fucking.
Yeah, he's
suck.
still getting that 60.
He's still getting it. He's made it to where where he should be. Yeah, and that's ridiculous, man. To see him that hurt more than anything. It was funny, but it also that's the leader of your team, bro. Like you don't want to see that. You're not saying it to your teammates. You're saying it out loud for the world to see.
Yeah.
He always sitting up talking to a tight end and shit. Like, weird ass dude, man. Get over there with the running backs or something, man. Go over and mix it with the receivers of the defense.
Yeah.
So
I don't never see him talking to no defenders, man. Get over there and catch a spark or something, man. Do something. Fight back.
So with the word of Dak being out for multiple weeks, which I don't understand why they ain't put him on IR. I mean, that hamstrings kind of,
They still might.
Yeah,
Wait for the
okay.
second,
They should.
opinion.
But with that being said, it seems like the decision has came down to Cooper Rush taking over. But how do y'all feel about that? Would y'all rather see Coop or would y'all rather see Trey get a run?
I'm cool with Coop.
Cool. I've seen enough in trade preseason.
I disagree.
Cool.
I'm cool with
The reason I disagree is because I would rather see Trey just get some run because we know the season is over. Now, if this was a situation to where Dak went down and we're kind of dwindling or dangling around the playoffs type stuff, and we need Coop to come in there and try to, keep us afloat for a chance to make the playoffs, then I would say Coop. But with this being what it is, I mean, we're not fighting for no playoffs. We're not fighting for no division. We're not fighting for anything. So why not? Why not give Trey a run?
We
Well,
gave
number
Trey
two
a
is
run
number
through the
two.
whole preseason.
Yeah, but number
I'm
two.
just saying, it's preseason, though.
Man.
I
Dude
say
sucked.
play on both, man. I mean, you get a
It
little
wasn't
bit
like he
out of
was
Trey.
okay. Dude
See what you
sucked. His
can
trade
get out of
value
Trey,
dropped
see
from
what
But
you
we
can
sucked.
get for him.
We do. What have?
If I got CD out there, I'd much rather have Cooper Rush throwing to him. If I got CD out there, you'd much rather have Cooper. One thing about Cooper, he's gonna throw the ball.
But
See,
Trey
he's
didn't
gonna
get
the
a
ball down
chance
the
to have
field.
an opportunity to throw to a
But he
CD.
had one last game. He had multiple passes last game. The receivers dropped. Coop dropped multiple balls in there for them receivers to catch, dog. And
Next time Trey didn't have CD when he played.
Trey didn't have CD.
In the
Yeah, but-
preseason.
See Trey Lance get out in space, move around.
CD's
You know, he
getting
can
damn
give.
hard.
But I just think the better
lot
quarterback.
of-
The better quarterback.
And then with the
Yeah,
line
they
sucking
told me he'll
too,
be all right.
Yeah, I know
he's a
he'll be
run
moving
quarterback.
around, yeah.
That might look good.
And it, you know, give us a chance to maybe boost his stock up a little bit and get a better comp pick for him or something.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's why you know we looking forward to next year.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to start playing like it. They ain't ready to fight. The thrill is gone. The hope is gone. The player we want to fight, but that ain't in them. They paid and they straight. They
I
ain't
think
trouble.
certain players will still fight though.
Yeah, you got a couple.
Yeah.
You got a couple. But
The word quiet rebuild just comes to mind. Like, you know, you go back, I'm telling you, you go back to the beginning of these, like the preseason episodes. Been saying self-sabotage for the longest, man. Like Jerry has did everything this year to rock his franchise. Like everything. I've never seen him like literally go from bad to worse as far as your GM skills and to run this team in the dirt. You know what I mean? And to pay this man all this money and not give him no help. You know what I mean? So, and then you're down four primetime starters, two on each side of the ball now. You paid two of them, and another one got a contract coming up.
That's gonna be crucial.
That's nuts, dog. Another one got a contract coming up. Like Jerry has, by not signing them in the offseason,
They taking up 40% of the cap.
that's crazy.
All in.
That is crazy.
And
All
they
in on two
they
guys.
and after the game, they say
Dak and CD.
so what? They gotta get some more money next year. Spend that shit. You don't mean nothing. Shit.
Man, that's
That's
40%
all
of
the
the
front,
cap
man,
on two
man.
two
But-
guys, man.
That's
but
talk, man. That's that loose rap, man. I don't believe. Don't let that cap stress you, bro.
and then speaking of Jerry, they said he was emotional in the locker room, and you know after the game he found the media and he said this to the media.
I really regret this for all of our Dallas Cowboy fans. I will tell you this, that I've been around, I've seen Michael Irvin tear up and cry when he couldn't lose anybody because he's just recovering from knee surgery. Yet his ass came back and led a team to 3 Super Bowls. I know you can be there if you're there. That room's full of guys that can get it done. I believe in them, coaches and all. Thank you.
Man, he ain't
Jerry's
got a
full of
Michael
shit. He
Irvin
ain't-
nowhere near at stadium.
Hey, look, man, the thing's so bad now. The Jerry
He
just,
ain't got a Michael.
He believed in them coaches and all.
but I believe the more
I
that
bet
he
when
talks,
it's his decision.
the more
he
he
don't
talks,
wanna
the
be
worse he
wrong.
sounds, man. Like we're seeing Jerry have to talk and answer questions that he's never talked about or answered before, and now you're starting to sound like a used car salesman. You know what I mean? Like it's like a
He's
real
been
old bad
that.
politician.
Don King.
Yeah, Don King. And it's like it just don't sound good. Like, bro, like what are you talking about? And Michael Irvin came back. That ain't got nothing to do with now. Quit trying to throw around these glory days,
Al
dog.
Bundy
That's for
poke-hat rap, man.
yeah. that's
don't
for
wanna hear that
us.
shit.
That's what we talk about out here. We don't want to hear it from you, Jerry, man. We live in the '90s because that's all we got. You supposed to be living in the now, man. And you're not doing anything. You don't even sound coherent half the time
You
when
gonna
it comes
bring
to addressing this team, man.
Bring up Michael Irvin, man. You
Michael,
don't even
man,
have
leave
a
that man
player
alone, man.
of that caliber, heart, or leadership on this team.
Hey, man, Michael's out there
Quit
living.
trying to sell hope, man.
Hey, Mike's out
Quit
there
trying to
living
sell
with the
hope,
U right
man.
now.
Yeah,
You know
your
what I
hope
mean?
is dope.
He's out there with the U on their sidelines, man. He ain't on our sidelines. He's on the U sidelines, man. He ain't out there hyping us up, man. Them days is gone, man.
Yeah, and when you
man.
think about those days, it
Why
make
would you
you.
support this team? Why would you support if you're a champion? If you came from any of that, in the 90s, when you look at this team, what would be there to support other than loyalty? Other just the loyalty that you have no other reason to support this team.
I mean, shit, why would you give your support?
That's
You
it.
ain't got no loyalty to
You got no
something,
loyalty.
you don't support it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I mean, no different than us because
You don't leave when shit get bad. You don't turn
No.
your back. You ain't supposed to do that.
you don't. But as far as to come out,
miss out on life.
but as far as to come out and speak to
DC
speak and openly
4L.
support,
Well, man.
all you're hearing is criticism from our legends. Just like Troy Aikman said, he ain't got nothing good to say about these boys.
I mean, shit. Let them hear it. They
Yeah,
need
that's what
to.
they need.
When they out there acting up, they ain't doing right. They need to hear it, man.
That's
you might
right.
not want to hear it, but you need to because
with it.
obviously something's missing on this team that previous teams had before you.
But even you go back to the conversation of halftime of the Green Bay game, the playoff game. Jimmy Johnson, when he went off at halftime like that, you have not heard McCarthy do anything close to that. You know
He
what I mean? You ain't
broke
heard
his
no energy.
iPad on the sideline.
But yeah, but, you don't hear.
He got
do you ever
case
hear-
on it.
Do you ever hear any energy out of McCarthy at all when he speaks on the sideline,
Nah, he
barking
be
at
trying
people?
to say little shit he
You know-
told Jerry, man.
You know what I'm
Sitting
saying?
over there laughing, man, waiting to eat something.
He should have never made it out of that Green Bay game, man.
Yeah, he should have never.
After
Facts.
that Green Bay game, it should have been over. That was, yeah. If you kept him then, yeah. What's the point?
But to be honest, like Jerry, even Jerry as a GM, though, like when you look at it, it was Jimmy. It was Jimmy. That was
yeah.
Jimmy who did the
Nah,
night. That was Jimmy.
It wasn't even
That
just
was
Jimmy. It was Jimmy. But Jerry was a different Jerry too.
Jerry
You know
was
what I'm
different
saying? He was on something else. His son wasn't doing
But
that.
Yeah.
I ain't
He was
even
on
just with
that.
McCarthy.
He was younger. He was more anxious to make shit happen, man. He had that fresh money, was burning his pockets, and he seen what the Cowboys were before, and they had died down a little bit. He wanted to bring it back, and it was a perfect opportunity for him at that time.
Sounds
He just,
like complacency has set in.
yeah, absolutely.
He got fat.
Yeah, he got
He got
fat,
fat.
man.
On
He's
that hole,
chilling out,
man.
you
Like,
know.
yeah.
Billy.
He's willing and dealing. Everything's about the mouthpiece, man. Ain't
And
no
that-
action.
Yeah. And even now, man, he's losing negotiations. He's getting his
Yeah,
ass whooped.
he's losing- yeah,
He's
that's
losing
what-
negotiations
and that's what's
now.
killing him.
That's how you know he's like,
That's
man,
what's
he's trying
killing
to sit
him.
it down. He's like
losing
Ace. He's like Ace after he got
negotiations,
shot up. You know what I'm saying? He said, it ain't the
I ain't
same.
moving
I
right.
ain't moving right. That's what he said. He just said, look at his son, I ain't moving. Man, I'm not the same. I don't breathe the same no more, man. These young dudes is whooping my ass, man. These agents is
My
different.
body different.
My body. That's Jimmy, man. I mean, so that's
know,
Jerry
man.
right now, man. Like, he's getting his ass whooped too, dog. Jerry, step on down, man. Like,
Jerry niggas get shot every day, B.
but
Come
yeah,
on,
they
man.
get shot every day.
Pull
Yeah,
your,
you losing,
pull your skirt
bro.
up, B. Come
You
on,
losing,
man. Let's
dog.
go.
You losing, Jerry, man. So,
So,
it's time.
do y'all want him to be idle, or do y'all want to make a move through the trade deadline?
Sit still.
Idle.
Sit still for what? What's the trade gonna do?
Be still.
Unless you get a hell of a deal.
You're not gonna
You
get a
don't
hell of
have
a
the
deal.
coach.
I mean, who would you be willing to give up, though?
For what?
I'm just asking.
Keep
What
your- you keep
do
your
I just
draft
say?
picks
I'm
right
saying if you did.
I use draft picks. They ain't gonna be no player. They ain't gonna trade no player.
But you keep your draft picks. We bad. You better not trade this draft pick.
Nah,
Until you see what's out there.
Ah,
You better
hell
not
nah.
trade this. Hell no, yeah.
Man, he's desperate, man.
Hell, if he trades a
Nah,
draft pick,
we ain't
this
got
year,
nothing going on.
He's through, bro.
I could see him doing it. He tried
Me
to
too.
pump fake and say he's about to,
About to
we
do
got
some
something in
shit.
the works. I don't know if he's trying to save face or not, but he might try to do something, and I don't want him to do it.
Like what, though? Like what?
Something stupid.
What could he do? Y'all put on y'all GM hat. What could he do?
Go get ETN from Jacksonville.
You think that would help?
No, but that's what he thinks is gonna help. That's somebody.
I
in the
mean,
way.
we
Go
did
get
we did all right with Rico.
Go get Jadeveon Clowney from Cleveland.
I would
It's
be
some
doing
moves that I think the names that he's gonna try. He's catching heat that he ain't caught before, and he's ready to do something drastic to try to clear his name, man.
If we can't,
Only for one of them cats to come over and fake an injury.
right?
They are not going through the bullshit with us. They are not going through. They're not risking the next year to come through and. Oh no, man, they're not.
Why would you
I don't
like? What's
see
the
it
point?
either. I can see, but unless there's some money involved, which I don't think is going to be. So I agree with you on that.
Who's gonna want to come to a non-contending team?
Right.
It's got to be money.
Take an
involved.
injury and get
I don't
paid
think
for
none
the
of them
rest
care
of the
for
year.
real. I think
Slide
they
on
would.
down.
All these players
Man,
got
I don't want
money.
none of that.
They ain't really
It's
no
just so
competitors.
I'd rather just let this group go down in
Yeah,
flames.
let it burn, man. Don't make no moves right now. Let this shit burn.
Man, he ain't
man.
ready to
To
do
hell
it.
with it, dog.
My man's sinking. My man's
Let
getting.
it burn.
My
This
man is
motherfucker
under
is
the
burning.
spotlight
Just let
right
it
now.
burn, yeah.
He's
Shit,
getting
this
twisted and
motherfucker's on
turned.
fire.
I love it, dog. I love it because this is
We
what he
don't need
needs.
no
This strong
water.
thing's gonna change
Let
it, bro.
the
Only thing
motherfucker burn.
only thing that changes grown people is trauma. This is traumatic for him. He
Yeah.
don't like this, bro. He's stuck in his ways. That's the only thing that's gonna make him change his ways is embarrassment.
Hey, man,
bro.
that man-
Yeah,
that man-
that's the only thing that's gonna
hey,
make him
man.
change his ways is embarrassment,
And
man.
that man,
He
don't-
ain't
that man
embarrassed.
does
He
not
just
care.
talking.
definitely-
He
At
trying
all.
to
That
save
man
face
does
on that
not care.
buck.
He's talking in front of the cameras. He's getting that. He's crocking out tears and that cracky voice. He's popping. He's acting. That man does not care, man.
Right.
Still,
He's
does
embarrassed.
still
not
running the
care.
most valuable
I know.
franchise.
Yeah, I was
still
saying
getting
too,
all that
does
money in.
Not
Keep an eye
care.
on the
But
ticket.
but
keep an eye on
he's
the
a
ticket
competitor and
prices.
his ego's hurt too.
He got the old.
His
crack-
ego's hurt.
He got the cracking voice going on
Right,
and all that.
right.
you know,
But the
crocking out
difference,
tears.
but the difference is from what I've been seeing. We got on TikTok the crew. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on TikTok, Cowboys Raw and Uncut. But we got a 60,000 post I put out where the fans are just going in. So the difference is the fans ain't buying that no more. To where a couple years ago, at crackling and all that stuff you're talking about, they might have fell for it. But I don't think they falling for it now. They done woke up. I done seen what Terry called last season. We got to start putting the bags over the head. It was a dude in Atlanta with a bag over the head saying, "I blame Jerry."
That's what I'm saying.
So
he's catching
that's-
heat that he ain't caught before.
Yeah. So that may
good.
that may be good.
Stop
That may
eating
be
them-
bad because with all of that pressure, he may go do something stupid on his trade deadline that's going to cost him in the future because he's under pressure right now. He's taking heat that he ain't took before, and he might fold and crumble and pull a trigger on something that's just not beneficial
Stop
right now.
eating those pork cracklings, man. They're making your throat crack.
So would y'all continue to sit Micah and D-Law and Ron, or how would y'all play that?
I would rather.
Man, play.
No, look.
Play.
Me personally,
Paying
I
you
would
out,
rather
paying
you.
all you high price people to sit here and sit on the sideline with me.
Podcasting.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
go
Play.
Now,
Get on out there.
I would like for them to play. But
Get embarrassed too. If you want Jerry embarrassed, they get embarrassed too.
Yeah, but it's
Get
probably-
beat up
it's
then.
probably
Since you
not
don't want to
gonna
give your
happen.
effort, get beat up.
Hey man, check this.
I would
You
like
know,
for them to, but it's
Dak
probably not
already
gonna
got the
happen.
injury. Dak already got the injury. CD got the injury coming in. You know, why rush Micah back?
Mike will be back next week.
CD
Why
said
rush
he's
him back?
playing next
I
week.
believe he's gonna play.
CD's playing
I
next
believe
week.
he's
Micah gonna
but
play
the way
next
I would
week.
look at it, if you're gonna tank, just tank.
You ain't
Don't
got to tank. You
bullshit.
weak anyway. You losing it. You 3-5 with trying to
Don't
win.
bullshit, but
You're
don't
not-
bullshit me. Don't bullshit
Right.
me. Don't bullshit me. Just go ahead and take it out. Just tell us what it is, man. Look, man.
Ain't nobody gonna ever say they tanking.
Yeah.
Man.
Nah, you're not
Plus,
gonna say
illegal.
it.
Never heard
It's
that.
illegal to tank, ain't it?
Yeah, you
so
just never
you know what
heard
I mean.
it.
Technically, you ain't supposed to tank. They get fines and shit, don't they?
Man, my man is under
mean,
fire for
they
us being
told-
3-5
they
and losing.
told-
If you
they
tank, you
told-
great catch more heat.
told
Ain't
you
no
it was
tanking,
illegal?
man.
They
Fight.
told-
Everybody's calling for tank.
I mean,
They
say,
do.
who
The
told you it
majority-
was legal, Terry?
At this point, huh?
Who
I thought
told
that was
you it was
illegal.
legal?
Then-
Man, Brian Flores said they told him to tank it, man.
They told him, wasn't that bad?
what he
Didn't he get in
said.
trouble for that?
He said it
I
after
mean,
he left.
He just said.
Didn't he get
He
in
said
trouble?
it
Yeah,
after he
that's what I'm
left.
saying.
That's
He
just
was-
what he said. He said he got fired because he wouldn't take the games. He ended
I mean,
up
I
winning.
get it, but
I'm
that-
just saying that's what he said.
Yeah,
bro.
but
Yeah.
I can believe they can say it out loud, but you can't. I mean, they can say it within the organization, but I don't think you can say that. I don't know if you can say that.
Nah, not in the
I'm
public
on,
eye.
I'm on suit
can't
up
come
and
out and say
play.
I'm tanking.
If you lose with some heart, you lose. You losing anyway. And then you ain't got to tank. It ain't like we winning and now we great. We losing. We 3-5. We done lost 3 in a row.
Weak.
Get on out there and play, man.
But to be
Ain't nobody gonna
honest-
give you $1 million for you to sit out on the podcast or sit at home. Get on out there,
But
man.
to be honest, Terry, if you're
You had a PTO. Get to work.
if you're Terry, I think if
They got
you're
FMLA.
If you're out of playoff,
You don't get paid for that. Get on out there, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold them checks, man. Hold them checks.
If you're not in playoff contention and you don't have a good team, I really think you can get away with saying you're trying to develop some talent, and you're trying to see what kind of talent you have.
That's what I'm
you know,
saying. Give me-
future
but that's
things.
what I'm saying.
So
Give me
I think
that.
you can say
Give
that
me that.
really and not
Yeah.
really
But if you give me that, I know what that means. That's a dog.
But if you're out of contention and you play guys who you're trying to see if they're gonna be on your team a future, then you can get away with that.
But that's a dog whistle. I mean, we know what that means. You know what I mean? We
Pretty
know what
much.
that means.
Right.
So I would much rather hear that at this point than sending my starters out there still playing bad football.
Man, fight.
You still your starters out there.
We are developing. We developing talent right now.
You telling the
We're
team
down
to
like
fight.
fifth and sixth and
But
seventh string.
but-
deep. So we developing talent. They getting hands-on training right now.
But you got to think
on
about
out
it.
there,
We
man.
fighting and you still turning the game off. You know what I'm saying? So what's they gonna do? Somebody's up.
No. I just told you. I watch the games we fight. The games where we don't fight, I turn off.
Turn them off.
We fought Sunday.
And I watched it.
Yeah, we fought, but
I watched
but
that.
you gonna turn it off too in the fourth.
I watched that one.
You gonna turn it off?
I watched that one. The Saints turn that off. We ain't
And it was
fight.
still bad football.
We ain't fight.
And it was still bad football.
But they was
against the
fighting.
Falcons.
We was fighting.
We fought, but we was getting our ass whooped.
For who?
You can
Nah,
talk
he
and
said he
still-
turned that one off though.
Yeah,
The Saints?
Yeah.
Yeah, turned that off. They wasn't fighting. They was
So
we got
you cool
punked
with
out.
fighting and playing real bad, but fighting. You
I'm
with
cool with fighting. If you
playing
go out
real
in the
bad.
yard, if you get beat up, fight. Come back, get it again, fight again. I'm cool with fighting. I don't want to tank. I don't want to get fight. If you lose, you lose. Fight. Show some heart. Get some pride.
I'd rather let my third stringer show some heart. I'm cool. That's my version.
Man, catch some of them passes that Coop was dropping dimes on.
But to be
Get out
honest,
there.
Terry, you're to really see what kind of men you have on your roster,
Right.
they should want to play.
I agree.
They should want to fight after their season.
Shout out to
some
CD.
pride for their season.
He could have folded up and went in off his little shoulder injury the whole time. He kept coming out
They
there.
should
Shout out
want
to
to
CD,
show,
man.
you know,
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm
On
with
the
it.
other hand, on that, what the hell was fucking coach doing, letting them keep coming out there like
He,
that?
he let him down the shield, man. He was gonna let him die.
And he still should have. He still.
Destroy him, bro. What?
Yeah, he still should have caught that pass though.
In the end zone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like that's what I'm saying. If these guys are
He
injuries,
kept
man,
wanting to
don't
go
rush
back
these
out
guys. You can let CD miss a couple games because again we out of playoff contention at this point. And
Why would you
don't
let him
want to-
miss a couple and come back though?
I mean, you're not really gonna come back. 4 games, you're gonna come back. By that time, you're already bad, and you can make up another excuse.
you know what's
You know
fun?
what I'm saying? You can make up another excuse. We know what it is. Jerry already, the word soft rebuild or quiet rebuild has already been thrown around. We know what this is. We said it going into the season that we knew we were in a quiet rebuild. Yeah. After the free agency. We've had hope that the talent that we had could still be productive and still be competitive. It ain't. And it ain't even the talent all the way. It's the coaching. It's the staff. It's the culture at this point. So
They gonna blame it on injuries
And you know
though.
what's
no, I'm not going to. Yeah, Jerry's going to blame it on injuries. That's why Dak's missing these games. I won't be surprised if CD is a scratch coming up here soon. Jerry's going to give himself some room to wiggle and say these injuries we might have did this. The worst case scenario for Jerry is winning with the backup quarterback. That's the worst case scenario is one of them come in and we go on a 4-game win streak with this backup quarterback. That would be the very worst.
Well, check
very-
one
very
too.
worst
Dak
case scenario.
in 3 quarters before he went out was 18 to 24 for 133 yards and a touchdown. Coop came in after he went out 13 to 25 for 115 and a touchdown. So Dak played majority of the game, and Coop's numbers was comparable. Plus, he could have had way more had CD caught the ball, Tolbert, with them passes that he was dropping in on them. So I think Coop has a chance to be able to shine with this team, especially if they give Rico the ball, who had 12 carries
man.
for 75
That
yards.
was fought McCarthy off for just not giving Rico the ball. My man was averaging 8 yards and shit for the game, and you, how you keep throwing the ball, hand the ball off, man. He was killing them.
Yeah.
Hand the ball off, and then everything that all the passes which you had Dak in was dink and dunks, 7, 8 yards and in, nothing down.
But
the
that's
field.
what Atlanta forces you to do, though. They don't allow. They're like one of the top in the league for allowing explosive plays. So
You ain't even got to go explosive. I ain't even considering 10 yards explosive, 15 yards explosive. To me, explosive's 20, 30, 40, something deep. you wasn't even trying them. Even when they was going single high coverage, you gotta try it at least once. You gotta at least make the safety back up and the linebackers back up. You gotta at least try it. You wouldn't even try it. Cooper Rush did. Coop threw it down there.
Yeah.
You gotta try it, man.
Hey man, backups play like they got the job. The backups play like he's trying to get a job, and Coop.
Coop ain't playing like he's getting the job. Coop, his position.
Coop's
he knows
a professional.
Yeah, he knows his role and he's cool with
This is true, but now I'm talking about the chances that he's going to take. He has nothing to lose at this point.
I mean,
I just
Coop,
think
that's
throws
just
the
what
ball.
type
Coop
of
throws the
quarterback
ball.
he is.
I think Coop
He's accurate.
Yeah, Coop
I think Coop sees
He
the
got
field
accuracy.
better than Dak. I just think Dak is more talented than Coop. I think he's more.
When Dak was able to use his legs though,
Dak
Yeah,
used his
he got
legs
out
this
there
game. He got
finally,
out a little
man.
bit this time. I was like,
and
man,
that
he's
and
playing.
that hamstring,
Ripped his hamstring.
yeah.
That's what Jerry said. That's why Jerry said he didn't want him to run.
So
That's because his ass ain't ran in a while.
Right.
He was pushing too hard when he was running.
yeah, labor.
Motherfucker was running.
Like a
Right.
He's struggling. My man was struggling on that run.
He was
But
moving
you know,
and go. And that's
You know
all
what
we
I
need.
saw that was ironic, man?
I had the
We-
bullshit.
we
the crowd,
always-
like to beat the Supersonics.
Man, we always talk about, the lack of, emotion from McCarthy and how ironic that, all of a sudden this game, you're yelling,
Yeah,
you're slamming the clipboard.
yeah.
Like with 3 and 5, man, you pick the time now to slam clipboards and yell.
All on
and,
the line, boy.
Just what Steve said.
you know what I thought? I thought, man, he's seeing them circles. He's seeing them digits come to an end. He
they
thought
already
right
been
then, man,
going.
I might not make it out of today. And I thought then is when he thought that, man, this really looks like this might be my last year.
He already
And
knew it.
You can see him, but it's slamming the clipboard and yelling. We talked about that many a times, how he just sits over there and just, looks like, damn, I can't wait to get a hot dog.
Yeah, dumbfounded.
In the clipboard. Him and Dak with this clipboard and this iPad, man, they hold this shit all day. Mm-hmm. Like you're gonna find something else on there that you don't see.
Right,
It's a bad song.
right. You supposed to do that before the game.
Reality show.
Stay on them screens.
I think he
watching
showed the
bad
emotions
reality
like
TV,
they
though.
said. It's different when you see the future coming up. When you see it, it's different.
I even seen Dak before he got hurt. He was trying to cuss out Zach Martin or somebody, on the line when they got a false start.
Yeah, it's the little things.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
that little stuff that come with, lack of discipline.
Right.
Things have been going on for real. Just been covered up by this 12-5 record these last few years.
Yeah, winning.
Everything we're seeing now has been showing in the playoffs.
Right.
It's been showing in big games during the season. Like,
Yeah.
and, all my fellow content creators out there, I'll say, yeah, man, y'all kept, we're 12-5 and da-da-da. No, the culture got to get right and down.
That's right.
You
That's
can't
right.
be hung up on a regular season record because that's not really showing all your shit that makes you terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's easy. Like, you coming in,
Not showing
playing the
that
second and
toughness.
third place schedule in the regular season, and you're pretty good that year, and you don't build on it on the following year, and it's showing. You know what I'm saying? We don't get anybody in the off season. We're waiting late
Just
to pay
lose.
guys.
That's true.
And the shit is just unfolding, and this is the results right
Yes.
here, man. All that facade was what it was.
Yeah.
We enjoying the ride because we fans, and
Yeah.
we want to see us win. But at the end of the day, we saw those playoff games. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
We've seen this coming since
We
last
saw
year.
what we look like, and now it's showing. Everything is in the front. It ain't in the back no more.
Again,
That's right.
This has been it since the Arizona game last year.
Right.
The Arizona game was like a little taste, and then next thing you know, we went off on the run, and San Francisco hit us in our shit. But we gave it to the fact of, it's just San Francisco. They always hit us in our shit. You know what I mean? Then we go on a nice little run. We beat
I
a
say
team that,
before Arizona though.
What game
what was the year? Was it the first time when we met them in the playoffs where
San Francisco?
McCarthy, had all those penalties and we were to set the record for most penalties in the playoff games?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the first time we saw them in the
but at
playoffs?
but at the
So
same
I'm
time,
saying that it was then.
Well, then it wasn't as far as the decline in the run defense for one. The exposing of our defense. It was the Arizona game. That's when when Josh Dobbs and Connor was Connor, right? It was Connor and Rondell. It was Rondell, right? Rondell Moore.
Yeah, Rondell ran one.
So when they were able to run the ball, Connor had 100 and some yards on us. Dobbs was able to run on us. After that, there were teams that were able to come in and hit us in our shit and run the ball straight at us. And once they exposed that, that's what it was.
It was before that, bro. I'm telling you.
That was the one.
What was that year when the Rams
3-0.
ran it all on us? M2 was
18, 19.
what's
That
it?
was a minute ago.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm saying
But it's
is,
been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Giving up in the playoffs, that's been going on.
Yes.
well,
man.
not even the playoffs, just regular season as far as a steady decline, though, bro. Like, we've been exposed here and there, but a steady change in production or lack thereof on defense. Before, it might be one game here and there, and then we go on a run. We haven't. This has been the first time it's been a stretch to where it's looked this bad. You know we're 7 games in now, week 8 at this point. We've been playing bad for 9, 10 games straight, even with the offseason included in that, with changes in defensive coordinators. It's a lot that's moved around, and we're getting worse right now. Like this is as bad like as we've been in a long time consistently.
And in a regular football season,
We're never this bad during the season.
I'm saying the regular football season, when you change coordinators, man, it's always a setback, and it wasn't a good time to do it this year, man. Coming off that loss,
Coming off of that.
it wasn't a good time. You had to find a way to keep Dan Quinn around, just because
7-2.
defense.
And what about Kellen Moore? How y'all feel about that? 6-2.
Hey, man, everybody's getting better when they leaving us.
Yeah,
think
that's what I was gonna say, Steve.
talented.
There's cats like Moore, who's 6-2. Flores in Minnesota, he's first time in coordinator. They're doing well. I mean, it's just us, man.
I ain't biting on that Kellen Moore shit.
Me either.
Well,
I ain't biting on that.
we just saying.
You don't think
we
it's
just
him?
kind of talking about
Nah, I
what
think
it is.
they got some better players out there.
Kellen Moore
We do
doing
got better players out there.
Yeah,
Mike
I
McCarthy
think
on
if
the
we
side.
got
He's got
Saquon in free
Saquon.
agency, we
It's
would
a
be
difference.
better than we are right now.
Saquon. It's a difference, man.
I think
For sure.
But we don't run the ball, so how you can say that?
they throw it to him at the backfield.
They got a
They
head
throwing it to
coach.
him at the backfield.
Yeah, they doing
they
it
running
all,
with that
yeah.
quarterback.
They're using a
Yeah.
running back period, and
Yeah.
they're using it, man.
Well, their
It's
quarterback
not.
is a
McCarthy
runner,
don't mess
though.
with running backs.
They got 2 or 3 receivers. That quarterback take off and run.
I noticed
I just think
McCarthy
better coach.
Yeah, because I mean
Green
that
Bay
was
coach.
that was.
But you think they a better coach? Look how they folded last year. They went like 10. They were like 10-1 starting out, and then they was getting busted earlier.
They were bad, but the
Same
thing they
kind
got
of players.
The same thing they got their ass whooped. The back end of the season is the same thing. They're still better than now, but their offense is scoring points. Their secondary was trash. We knew that. We knew that going in. Like so, with Philadelphia last year, they were barely winning a lot of games.
Right.
We knew what they were watching them play, even though they were winning those games.
Yeah, they was
And they
barely
still
pulling
have
them
the
out.
Same issues, but they can win games because they can drop 40 on you at any given time. We're not dropping 40. As bad as our defense is right now, we're not dropping 40. We're not dropping 30. That's our problem. If we were scoring points right now, we could be in we could have been in this game yesterday. If we were averaging.
To be
30,
honest with
that's a
you, we were
different
in
game.
this game.
We were in this game.
I
but
mean, when you do that fake punt,
That was just
that's what
dumb.
cost you the game.
Dumb.
All those penalties by
Dumb,
Guyton
man.
and pre-snap penalties cost you the game.
Stupid,
It was
man.
the little small stuff because, like I said, they won total yards, rushing yards, passing yards, more first downs, more plays, time of possession. So what's that tell you?
Well, no,
if they win in all and in all those categories, it was the little small details that cost them to not win the game.
I think it was the same
going on with
Same shit has
McCarthy.
been. But
Exactly.
You know one thing
It's so stupid.
well, it's been the same thing no matter who was coaching. It's red zone. We're terrible in the red zone. You know, when we move the ball, that's what that tells me. Hey, ain't we like dead last in the red zone ranking in the NFL? That tells me a lot that we move the ball, but we just can't finish. We are at a spot right now where field goals aren't going to win you football games right now.
You don't want to run the ball.
We don't have the defense for that.
You don't consistently run the ball, so you don't look good consistently run the ball.
No.
So just don't run the ball.
You don't run that ball, man. Things get tight for the passing game in the red zone. Like, it's extra defenders on them borderlines out there, man. So you can't do everything unless you get somebody that, like a Dez, who's going to go up and get it. If your quarterback can get it to him like that and half point the ball, they don't run that off.
Or if you on the 1 yard line and get a pre-snap penalty and push you back.
Type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That undisciplined stuff, man. And that starts with the coach.
Get on the 1 yard line and go to shotgun.
Yeah. Salt. Man. Like,
man.
why would you do that? Like,
But he ran-
Coach McCarthy cannot be a real head coach doing this, bro. It's just
But he runs a pass, but runs a quarterback sneak early in the game.
Something pound
on the
running
30.
back and let him push up for 3-4 yards. Just
you
start
only
with
got
that.
him. Let Hunter do it.
I mean,
Right.
You gonna do something, let him do it. I don't understand how we get up in here and you got all these professional players making all this money and they don't understand the game of football and how to run a team on offense in particular as a players. I don't understand these dudes. Like, what are y'all been playing football all y'all lives since Little League.
Man, that's one of the
Y'all should know how to run the ball. That's all you do in Little League is run the ball. And it don't change. The concepts of football do not change.
Especially when we having success.
I was about to say,
Again,
look at
it's
the numbers. The team is running the ball. The statistics is showing that we're doing good running the ball. You just not running the ball. Call the play.
One
It
of
opens the whole offense up, man.
One of the huge things of coaching, man, that I tell everybody all the time, and I got my little different opinions about coaching as far as talent, as far as teams. But what I tell people all the time, man, is that the biggest thing about coaching is preparation, man. Preparation and turning around and playing different teams and getting prepared. That's the biggest thing about coaching, man.
Man's attitude. Play, coach how you want them to play. If you sitting there and you quiet and your players is all quiet, look at Detroit. The coach is fired up, an attitude. The players
some
is playing.
coaches don't have that demeanor.
reflects on the field.
Andy Reid doesn't have that demeanor. Some coaches just don't have that demeanor. But my thing is, you just gotta prepare.
Denny Crum.
Man. You gotta.
He's prepared.
He's prepared, and he's to the T. He dots his I's. He's
play,
prepared, man.
yeah.
You gotta prepare, man, and execute, and that's the biggest thing to
Now,
coaching.
they
man.
have Patrick Mahomes, and they will dedicate to that run, man.
All game.
Like it ain't nothing.
If you backing up for Pat, they gonna run the ball
You know what I'm
all
saying?
game.
They
He'll
make it-
end that game with 100 and something
It's
yards
great.
at the victory.
I swear. As great as
happy.
Patrick Mahomes is, they do not run from that running game at all, man. He's been having bad years so far, and they've been winning games because their defense in the trenches, the trench work gonna be right.
On both sides.
The trench work gonna be right, man.
Shout out Spagnuolo.
and that's a big
Shout out Spagnuolo.
weakness
A lot
on
of
us
respect
though.
too, though.
Yeah.
And you know-
It's a respect on Mahomes.
and you
like,
know
you
something
still,
else?
you-
They
don't respect that.
something else about
but they don't respect Dak.
that type of team.
Defenses
We
don't
don't.
respect Dak.
We don't.
Defenses don't respect
You know
Dak,
what?
man.
You know what else comes with that type of team and that kind of coaching? They seem to check their egos at the door. The cats they get on there with egos, kind of the Kadarius Tonys and the cats like that, they get rid of them.
Yeah.
They keep the same vibe inside that locker room, man, and everything's gonna be on the even keel. It's coaching, man. It's a mentality that the coaches brought in there, man.
Right, because look at the Zeke situation.
Brought that man back for him to.
I'm just saying, not showing up at meetings and
You shouldn't have brought him back, man. Should have brought him back, man. I'm just being honest, man. It was nothing that said
So what
bring
was the
him
deal
back,
on
bro.
that, man? I mean, I really never heard about.
They claim he
Are they
wasn't
not
coming to
saying?
meetings and stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I'm sure players in Dallas have done way more. Hell, I seen Dez Bryant say, "I said, man, that's bullshit. They did way more."
Yeah, I can
Like,
believe that.
I ain't never had a problem with Zeke. I think I can't be mad at a player when the coaches don't utilize him no damn way. I don't care if you went and got Derrick Henry or whoever. You throw Emmitt Smith back out there in his prime, they still wasn't gonna use him.
Was Zeke done spoke out of turn? Is that what happened?
Yeah, well,
They said he was missing
Zeke
meetings.
can do what he want to do. He ain't out of turn because guess what? He got working for him.
I'm just saying.
Derrick went back and got him.
I'm just
and
saying.
Derrick don't want to look wrong.
He spoke out of turn.
So-
Boss punish him.
Nah, he just went showing up.
He said he showing up to meetings.
Okay.
He was missing
Like,
meetings.
we're not running the ball no way. What the fuck I'm here doing here? You
What
know
am
what
I
I'm saying?
doing? Man,
What
Y'all
am I
done
doing
paid me.
here?
Rico
man?
back there not
Sidekick
even
in
gonna give me the
Dallas.
ball anyway.
But
Put on my
but they
uniform
were
and clean.
successful running the ball.
Yeah.
They was. They was.
I'm just saying.
That probably just didn't start though. Him not coming to
But
me.
the thing about it, McCarthy gets up here and
It's
he's
probably been
oh,
something he's
fucking,
been doing all, you know.
He gets up here on these interviews and stuff and won't keep talking about, oh, well, we're going to run the ball. We're going to do this. But no, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to keep letting Fassel make you do all these weak-ass plays on special teams, and you keep being influenced because you don't have the mental concept to think and do what's right on the field, bro. You're not a head coach. Go get out of
That
here.
punt was trash.
Trash,
That fake,
bro. Like, why-
fake punt
just
was
leave your offense on the
trash.
field.
Leave it on the
I
offense.
didn't even.
Bro,
Let
it
your
was
best player
I
trash.
didn't even get it.
He wasn't even
It
open.
looked like the dude.
He was not even
it looked
open.
Like
He
the dude
failed.
He was
to throw
supposed
a pass.
to get the ball. He didn't even try to put his
Bro,
body.
he
He
is
didn't
the
try to get in
gunner.
front
He
of
is
the
the
ball.
gunner, bro. Godwin
That
is the
was
gunner, bro. Like,
trash.
he's not supposed to be trying to catch. He gonna throw him a contested pass.
Hey, I'm telling you something about this team, man. I'm telling you, this is like, I'm sorry, it's just the pinnacle of bad football years after years after years.
Bad
It's coming
news
to a head
bears.
right now. It's bad juju, bad everything.
Bad news bears.
Now y'all see
bad
why a lot of
deals.
people's jumping ship.
Man,
See Bubba?
See Bubba? Bills, man, with the Bills on.
Before Bubba, I gave y'all the text message and let y'all know it was happening.
Yeah, yeah,
He's a jumping ship, man. They gonna do it all their life, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just real. Like, if you
Yeah.
just out here picking teams every other day, bro, you just a sports fan and just be that.
But I mean,
You're not built to be a cowboy.
but look, I get it, man. Like,
I don't get
I mean, look, I'm not because
That shit don't
I've
make
been,
sense
but if you,
I'm not either, but
if you 30 years old,
I told you that. I said that on the
I mean-
kickback. I told y'all that on the
I
beat,
mean,
man.
I'm
What you
not-
doing
I'm
in the first
not-
place? I
I'm
told y'all that, man.
I'm
Dude
not-
ain't seen a winning season
I'm
his
not-
whole life,
I'm
bro.
not, but if
I mean,
you
no,
ain't
he
really
ain't
seen
seen that.
that, it's easy to.
What are you doing
check,
here
check,
in the
but-
first place?
But to go to Buffalo, what they do? What they did?
Hey, but check. So
Yeah, come on, Bubba.
That's just to say you. That's just to say you
That was
with
trash.
somebody who's kind of on the up and up now.
So hypothetically speaking,
losing-
what are you going? If you hypothetically speaking only, if you had the chance to stop your younger self from being a Cowboy fan,
Man, hell no.
No.
Let's
What'd
use
you
that
do?
question.
No,
Silly.
no.
would you do it right now, knowing what we're going through now? If you had a chance to stop your younger
Don't say
self,
you- don't
to stop
say
your
you
younger self, to look through,
Don't say you would.
to look through, what would
Don't
you
say
do?
you would.
Because we have one good run, we had three. Would you? I'm just asking you a question. Just hypothetically speaking, would you stop your younger self right now to look at your younger self and say, "Hey, bro, you can go ahead and jump over here. This might be alright." Like to direct yourself to be a Patriot fan.
Hell no.
To say that you've been sticking around with the Chiefs through all this time and watching them be what they are now. Would you sacrifice
I
that
seen one
run?
person do it in my life,
I'm
though.
gonna tell you.
So would you sacrifice
No, but-
those championships as a kid
I
for
wouldn't.
the ones as an adult?
I wouldn't
No,
for myself, but I
hell
let my
no.
son. I let my
Hell
son.
no.
So
decide.
you let your son.
I let my son.
So we
I let my son
so
pick
we
his
always
own path. He ain't have to
Yeah,
do.
right.
You should. I told my son during one of them eight seasons, you don't have to deal with this shit just because of me. You don't have to put up with this. You find your own path.
It's a hard conversation. to
It
have.
was. It was a hard one I had to have
It's a
because
hard
I could not imagine my son cheering for anybody other than the Cowboys. But at the same time,
Man,
you get to pick your own, man. Go pick your own, and you suffer with yourself. Don't suffer with me, man. Cause
So
it's
I've
the
been
thing.
like
we
that
know
because
Rick's
that's
answer
how
is easy.
my
We know
that's how
Rick-
my that's how my mother let me.
He should took it with you, man.
Yeah,
I don't like his decision.
No.
Yeah, that's how my mother let me choose. So
I hear you, Joe.
What's it, Dre?
I hear you.
Nah, I said that's how my mother, you know, when I was young, cause you know how I picked up my teens or whatever. That's just how she was. She didn't allow have no hate in the heart or whatever. So she allowed me to choose. So
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
but I understand what y'all saying
I'm
though.
gonna do the same with my grandson. Like I got him a Parsons and everything now, but he's 6. But when he gets old enough, I'm gonna say, man, if you don't like, you can roll with who you want to.
No, you ain't.
You know, yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
You're supposed to do.
I get it. It's
I can never do it. What about you? Could you?
I will. I'll let it.
Look, Speaks like, nah, I can
your-
never do it. We can't like it no other
choose.
teams right here. I wish my kids would be.
This family, my daughter,
But
this
look, man,
family's about legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't do it.
man. Pick
That's
your
what
own,
I can do.
man. Pick your own, man.
I
Lock
wouldn't.
in, man.
I wouldn't.
Lock
I
in
wouldn't
for
do
real.
that.
We on this train
I
together.
wouldn't
Lock
turn
in,
it
man.
back for nothing, Terry, to answer your question, because in that stage, in the 90s, my age, early 20s, man, I was cocky. I was boastful. I was young. I was in the service. I was lean. Boy, I talked that cowboy shit and gave it. That was the best time of my life. I needed those championships then. I got them. I wouldn't be doing all that now, man. I'm old. I'd be chilling. Yeah, man.
Nah, boy.
But I wouldn't be out there in them streets
win a-
like I was.
we
Nah,
win a
man,
Super
I
Bowl,
wouldn't.
I'm giving them- I'm
I
wrecking
wouldn't.
hell.
But them
I'm giving hell out, baby boy.
Them early
Just know if we
24s,
win, I'm
25s,
calling it hell.
26.
It's gonna be worse now.
got 30
Hey,
years
just,
of shit
hey,
to do.
just let me. If we win one and be a contender for the rest of my time here, I'm going off.
We can win one and be back trash.
Yeah.
If we win one, I'm giving you hell for that year, bro. I'm giving hell for a while, boy. Hell.
I was unruly then, bro. That was some good times, man.
Man,
Cowboy
dog.
fans.
What would you do? You asked the question. What would you do?
But if I would change, would I go back and stop myself? Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm here now.
Nah, he ain't believe that.
That
He
ride
don't-
was cool.
He
like-
ain't
Nah,
sound
that
confident.
is
He ain't sound confident with that, bro. He ain't sound confident with
I ain't
that.
sold on that.
He didn't sound
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't sound
I don't
confident
know,
with
man.
that.
I don't know,
Nah,
dog.
man.
I don't know, man. He's
I don't
playing
either, man. I
politics.
don't believe it, bro.
Nah, man,
You know
I
it's
wouldn't
election
change it.
season, man.
I
You
wouldn't
know.
change it, man. Just because, man, like it was cool when I was young, man. Because that was when football. It was wasn't
football.
so- it was football,
real
man.
football.
It felt good. I like to watch it on a Sunday. They was hitting. It was prime time. It was Emmett. It was the triplets. You know, that made it fun to wear Deion's. It made it fun to wear the jersey. It made it fun to watch it. So that nostalgia is what I hold on to now. So would I rather have it as an adult? If I said would I rather give myself? Yeah, it ain't going, man. You see, it ain't gonna happen, man. Give me a nostalgia, man. Like, but I'd much
You
rather
sound like
take
Jerry talking about Irvin.
That's what it is, man. That's good
nice.
times, man. Because this team ain't gonna win me shit. So,
I seen.
And this ain't the world's smallest violin looking.
That's what makes it beautiful, though, man. You
It
know
does,
what I'm
man.
saying? You gotta take your lumps.
we taking
Hey
our
man,
lumps.
it's some Detroit fans who's
They ain't never.
never,
They got all kind of gear now.
and they coming out. They happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Get you one, Detroit.
shit spins around.
You gotta stick. You gotta hold it down, man.
But
You know,
that's-
it's
see,
all
that's
about the pride of
That's the
being
gift
a
and
fan.
curse of expectation, though.
It's the pride of
You know what I
being
mean?
a
That's the
fan,
gift and
man.
that's the gift and curse of expectation.
You're not a fan if you just like it when it's good. Or
They had
you thought it was
expectations to
gonna
win
be
this
good.
year.
Yeah, they do this year now.
They had it coming from last year. They had
Yeah,
expectations.
but
after
they
last year.
have
You know what?
expectations
But that's
two
why
years
no
out of
matter-
the last 20, out of the last 30.
No matter who says what
Everything's a
the
plus.
talk is, when it's all said and done,
It's 1-1.
and the smoke settles, that's why they play the game, man.
It's only one champion
That's why they play the game.
every year. It's only one team wins.
Yeah, that's it. So we at this point and now. I'm gonna ask y'all.
Shit, I still won't be in that mother.
I'm gonna ask y'all real quick. If y'all can have it y'all way, who's your
Bob
head
McCarthy.
coach and who's your DC in the upcoming year?
You could pick anybody in the league.
Just going right now, like who's up for a job or whatever. Who could you could pick off somewhere?
I would take McVay if I could, but since I know he's probably not, I would get Ben Johnson. I want somebody young and upcoming. For defense, I will go get one of them brothers like at Minnesota, somebody Flores. just somebody up at Soleil. What's his name?
Robert Saleh.
I just want some young blood in there.
Yeah.
These old guys old. The league done changed. Let's get some new. I want some fresh offensive minds with a young, aggressive defensive coordinator. That's mine. That's what I would take.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I don't know. But, I mean, it'd be easy for me to say Andy Reid. You know what I mean? I want our offense to move.
You can't get no Andy Reid.
No, I said we had
So
L.
throw
White.
out a legitimate answer then.
No, I thought that was real. I don't know who's available. I couldn't even lie to you.
ain't
I don't know.
nobody
He said you can
available.
go poach. I'm trying to. I want Wales.
Go out there.
Nah, we talking about somebody that can actually.
I don't know. I don't know who can save his team. I don't know who can save his team.
Who
I don't
you
think
I was thinking Ben and Salah, for real. That's what
I don't know
we on the same- we think the
who
same.
can save his team right now. But they can't save his
I
team.
mean, I don't know
Bro, it
about.
starts with the
I don't know
mindset of the
about
coach.
y'all.
It's
Somebody
nobody.
have
I don't.
have to.
It don't have to come in and just all of a sudden next year we 14-2. I'm not saying nothing like
So
that,
does
but I
Zeke
want to
keep his
see
job?
progress. I want to see effort. I want to see heart. And I need a coach that can bring that. I want to see some ingenuity, some different plays that we ain't seen. Try some stuff. Not that little fake punt shit that's his bag of tricks. I was watching one of the little shows. I ain't giving no shots out until they shot at the crew. And they sitting there talking. They said on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, it's a known fact that as 70% of the time the Cowboys do the jet sweep to the wide receiver. When we did that 4th down play, they already knew that it was going to CD. That's why everybody rushed. Mike McCarthy does it at least 2 to 3 times every game in 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and that's how they know. I want somebody that's not predictable like that.
Exactly. And then this fool's so slow. He's on TV with the play sheet showing. He's talking. They know, you know what I'm saying? You know people reading lips. They done took pictures and they're going to screenshot the playbook. Like, what are you doing,
But why?
bro? Like,
But
you
why?
don't cover up
Nobody's
on
gonna
that.
do that, right? Nobody. You don't have to. He's predictable enough to where you
Yeah,
ain't gotta do
yeah.
it, man. We
But
know
at
what
the
you
same
got right.
token, like you gotta know this type of shit. Why are you doing it just wide open? You can just like take a picture, screenshot, or whatever on your screen, and it's right there. You got it. Like
But
you know your situation.
back
It's
to
all
Steve's
kind of
question,
shit, man.
John and Dre, who y'all pick? What y'all think?
I don't know. I gotta get up my study on. I mean, I like the sound of Ben Johnson. As far as defensive coordinator, give Al Harris a shot. I don't know. You know,
I
but
do too. That's
why not
that's
go
the
back?
Minnesota guy?
Why not go
That's why I
back?
couldn't think of his name. Yeah.
Why not go
Yeah.
back to the college ranks?
Well,
Yeah, you can
that's
do
what
that.
I was saying with offensive coordinator. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a Chip Kelly.
No.
I mean,
No.
he's got a mind on him.
Nah,
I
he
mean,
don't. Not in the league, no.
Nah, I don't want
already
Chip.
seen that.
I don't want Chip.
I don't trust Chip.
We didn't read that. Yeah, we didn't read that.
That's
book.
gonna be some goofy shit. I think Jerry gonna make. Nah, I need somebody.
But will it matter though? Because I mean, we still have these players. We still have the GM of the Joneses, and
But I think if you had a solid coach, you can change the heart of some of these players. Not all, but it's some
the
players
ones
out
that
there that's
matter.
still playing. Yeah, and there's some players out there that's still okay. That if they was taught right, could do right.
Right.
I don't think the whole team is bums. I don't think the whole team is soft. But I do think if you got a rotten apple and you stick it in the middle, the rest of the apple's gonna get rotten. So I think we gotta weed out who needs to be weeded out. But I think it starts with the coach.
but what if the GM is getting in the way of the coach making them decisions?
That's all the way possible.
What kind
But
of man?
but you got a coach who's that coach is a lame duck
What
coach
kind of
right
man
there,
is
man.
letting them
It's
do that?
very
though?
possible, and
Like, I don't.
especially
If you
Mike
gonna let
McCarthy,
Jerry do it,
Jason
I don't
Garrett.
want you.
it's very possible.
But I think Jason was weak. I seen him at the Giants. I think Garrett was weak. He should have. But
None of them players quit though.
none of his players quit. They didn't. And no knock on Jason because he's a
Garrett had a
Cowboy
little-
through and through.
Garrett
He's
had
a
a-
Cowboy and he wanted to win.
Yeah.
He wanted to.
He
He
just
wanted
wanted-
that for us, and I respect
He's
that.
a pass heavy guy by
yeah,
nature,
yeah.
but he.
Jason was. He
I give it to Jason. He went out and got somebody. Let me help me establish a run game. You know what I'm saying? Let's put this together, man. I'm tired of getting my head beat in and this and that. He
Yeah.
finally came around to that and
Yeah.
committed to that and had a culture that we could have built off of doing that, but
The
let it go
problem
by the
is,
wayside.
like they said with the GM, is offense sells tickets. And in order to keep selling these tickets and be the number one profitable franchise, we have to focus on this offense instead of going with the mindset that defense wins championships and solidify this defense and start being more defensive minded and oriented. And we're not. We're not. We're still trying to sell tickets and get popcorn sales up instead of playing hard nose and win championships.
I tell you something, man, that you know, I guess people probably don't look at it this way, but getting one of those offensive minds in Dallas will be real tough. The thing about an offensive mind and a person who's advanced, man, their mind, their brain's always working, man. They're leaders, man. You know, they're going to want to do stuff and implement and do things without the GM coming down.
See, I think different.
No, cats like that got more control where they at. The McVays, the McDaniels.
I understand.
They get.
But the defensive-minded teams.
Look at Kingsbury and Washington.
All he's doing is offense.
And he's letting him. That's what.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm thinking the
Coach is letting him
defensive
do
man.
what
But
he's working on defense.
their GM is letting them do it. They got magic there.
That's all I'm talking
I'm
about,
saying
GM.
defensive-minded coaches ain't with the bullshit. They're not letting Jerry come and do all that because they're sturdy, they're mean, they're the Bill Parcells, the Belichick's. They're not gonna let Jerry do all that.
Right.
Defensive-minded coaches is more tough and hard-nosed and not putting up with that.
But
These
those-
offensive-minded, all our coaches we've been had is offensive-minded, and
But
they're yes sirs. They're yes
They're
sirs.
not the young McVays, McDaniels. They're not yes sirs. They're not. Trust me, they're not. They're running a lot of what they do. They're running a lot of their own program, man.
That's
They are
what
not.
I think.
They are not yes sirs.
On that tip, I don't even be mad at Jerry because I feel like he just doing what he used to doing. But at some point, you making millions and you just a man for real.
You just got to be a
And
man.
you're a coach and you're supposed to be a leader of man. That's why you're in that position as a coach. To coach in a professional league, you're supposed to be a leader of men. How y'all letting Jerry scare y'all away from doing your job? Man, look, I don't care. I go do this shit somewhere
That
else.
money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all y'all gotta say. Like, I don't want, if y'all gonna be sitting there and be soft because of Jerry, it's old ass man, bro. Like, I don't want y'all on this team.
But that's you know. you
Gotta
talking
pay
about
them
coach.
bills.
yeah,
But
coaches.
that's
Paying
like
the
somebody.
bills.
That's like somebody who.
Yeah, like-
That's like
Paying the
somebody
bills.
who works at a regular job. They might not. You know, you might give them $2 more, $3 more an hour to take another job, but they may kind of relay the situation. Hold on, how much more I gotta do for this $3-4 more? Like, if I got to come in and coach to get this money, but I got to take this bullshit, I can coach somewhere
Man,
else.
you give me some M's, I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
take that
saying? That's my
bullshit.
point. I can go
I'm a
somewhere
man,
else, take,
bro. I'ma handle
and not
this
have to
bullshit.
worry about it and still get paid.
I'm gonna handle this
You know.
bullshit. I'm getting M's as a coach, man. I'm gonna handle this bullshit. That's part of it. Like, you gotta deal with certain shit, but you don't gotta deal with it. You a grown ass man. At the end of the day, you can go find you something else to do. It might not be what you doing now, but shit, your pride and your ego and your resume got to be ahead of that because you still gotta work. End of the day, you gotta go have that resume, have that reputation as a coach.
Now, how
And
many-
if you somewhere where you getting handled, you're probably not gonna get another coaching job nowhere else. Because how many coaches have left here and went somewhere else?
Where's he gonna work at?
How many of these new guys?
Anybody picking him up?
How many of these new guys do you think would be interested in playing for Jerry?
Man, if they're not interested, they're soft.
No, I'm just wondering. What do y'all
So
think?
and that's the coach and
I don't
that
agree with that.
I don't think it's a lot of them that want to play.
I don't agree with
Play
that.
with Jerry.
I don't think it's soft. I just think that I don't feel like dealing with your punk
I
ass
just
boss.
think because they
I
see
don't feel like
him,
dealing with that.
they see
I'm
him
good
too
over
much
here.
as an overseer.
Yeah, man,
and
I
I
ain't
think
got
that's
to deal
the
with that
problem
shit.
more than
Yeah,
anything,
I ain't got to deal with that
so
shit.
so
You got a man.
I don't think you soft. I just think I ain't got to deal with that shit.
gotta
I ain't gotta
agree,
deal with that
Steve.
shit.
Jerry's accessible.
I
bro.
agree, Steve.
It's not hard to get
a
out
lot
there
of
and talk
other
to
jobs
Jerry
are
and
hiring,
get that.
you know, and
A lot of jobs
they-
are
I
hiring.
don't want to
That's
go
it.
lot
over
of
there because I
people-
know they got some strict.
They got some shit over there.
So-
yeah.
so we got-
I only
so-
get a 20-minute break. I get an hour break over here.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we did have a lot to talk about, but you know that's another episode of Cowboys Raw and Uncut, and catch us on the kickback Thursday 8:30 around 8:30ish, And yeah, man, another episode. We got Philly next coming in, 4:25 game, man, and we'll see y'all then.
Get out and
Cowboys raw
exercise
and
the right
uncut.
man. Vote.